I found my SIL trying to nurse my baby and everyone is defending her. I am not OOP. OOP is you, Easy Independence 632. Originally posted to R2 Hot Takes. I found my SIL trying to nurse my baby and everyone is defending her. Trigger warnings. Miscarriages. Harassment. Possible assault of a child. Less than. And NBSP. Original post February 29, 2024. So for a bit of context, my 27 brother's wife, 28, has never been able to conceive and they have had problems with it for years. SIL and I used to get along good. It was never great because for the majority of my brother and his wife's relationship I had been pregnant. They are technically newlyweds. I had just found out after the wedding that me and my husband are pregnant with our first. We have always talked about having kids. But 2 months after the wedding when we announced that we were expecting, SIL was really excited and we were all happy. Fast forward a few months, SIL has been a huge help. She has been helping around the house bringing me stuff and such. We were really grateful for her. She also loved rubbing my belly, but I thought that's what people like to do. It was until they started suggesting names that I got suspicious, but whatever. Fast forward again to the birth of the baby. So I finally had my baby and it had been 2 months. My SIL loved to spend time with her. I get it, she couldn't have children and I thought she was happy, so I was. One day my husband suggested that we go on a day since it had been months since we had, and I agreed. So we asked SIL to babysit and she happily agreed, although halfway through our date my husband got called into work. He works at a job where he gets called in at random times, so it's normal. He said goodbye and we went our separate way, but when I arrived home I went to the nursery and saw SIL had her boob shoved down my child's throat. I screamed and she quickly fixed herself. I was livid. I took my baby and told her to get out. Now everyone is spamming my phone telling me to forgive her. Since she couldn't be a mom, it was the heat of the moment and my baby wouldn't stop crying, but I am firm. I never want her near my baby again. What do? I am so confused right now. Sorry if my grammar is bad. English is not one of my first languages. And if you're wondering where my husband stands, he is somewhere in the middle. He agrees it was wrong, but apparently he understands where she is coming from. If something does happen I will update. It will probably be on my page, but I am hoping to sit down and have a discussion what we are going to do moving forward. Maybe leave me baby with a trusted friend. I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to process this. Anyway, thank you all for the support and advice. Relevant comments. Laughter corgis. I be losing it. You can't trust her around your kid. I wouldn't let anyone babysit going forward that is defending her. They are the type to have her come over when you're not there. Do they know exactly what she did? Oop. I'm not really sure. I will try to explain it to them, but I'm not really sure if she told everyone a different story. But I told my brother that he needs to get his wife help and that they won't be let near my child. But thank you so much. Simple Inflation 449. Only pregnant women lactate, or unless there's legit medical reason for it. WTF is wrong with your family? Ask them why they think it's okay for your sister-in-law to put her nipples in your baby's mouth when 1. She isn't the mother, and 2. She isn't even producing breast milk, which just makes it even more weird. She's trying to have a motherly bond with your baby. Keep your baby the hell away from her. Stolen fires. Minor correction. Pregnant women don't lactate. Their breasts get bigger, but the milk doesn't come in until after birth. But, yeah, SIL wasn't doing anything for the benefit of the baby. Only herself. Just that mindset is enough to keep her away from baby forevers. Oop. Thank you. My SIL has been pregnant but has lost the baby numerous times. I'm not sure why she thought she could nurse. Steffers 777. I hate to say this, but it's entirely possible this may not have even been the first time. IDK. Tread carefully. Oop. I haven't even thought that. I'm mad just thinking that she has been doing this behind my back because I have been at my mill house and it could have happened because my brother and his wife are over there a lot of their time. KLGH07 heat of the moment? Did she say that for real? So gross. I would go no contact for life. Oop. Yes, she did, and it makes me mad. Who would do that? I told my brother his wife needs to get help because it is not okay, especially when not only she is saying that but my husband's family and such are telling me to forgive her because she can't have children and she promised to never do it again, but I'm not buying it. And NBSP. Editor's note. The update text was saved before the mods removed it. Update March 1st, 2024. So I would like to keep this brief, but I thought I would update everyone. So I talked to my husband about this whole situation and I told him that his sister needs help. I also told him I wanted to take this to the police, but he isn't open to the idea, although I'm really considering it. For the moment, me and my baby have decided to stay with my grandma. I really just need time for myself and my baby. I am getting my husband to set up cameras while I'm away. All of this is really overwhelming. I forgot to mention, but my SIL found my post and now she is blowing up my phone and my close friends on social media. I am going to sit down and talk with them tonight. We have arranged to have dinner and I am leaving my baby with a trusted friend who has kids of her own. I hope that they understand where I'm coming from when I tell them that she needs to get help or I am going to the police. I was reading the comments on my post and I want to thank you all for the support. Someone told me to watch The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and I watched it and it was really like my situation and I also really enjoyed it. Some people think that this isn't real. I really wish it wasn't. I truly do, but this is pretty much that's happened right now. My daughter is napping and I just need some time to think. My grandma is a huge blessing. I will update if anything important happens. Relevant comments. Purloined feline. I am leaving my baby with a trusted friend. Tomorrow's post. I caught my trusted friend trying to nurse my baby. Oop. No, I trust her because she doesn't breastfeed, but if she were, then I trust she would call me or tell me in advance. We've been friends since high school. I trust she wouldn't do that. Top comments. Alert Artichoke 2743. You don't need your husband's permission to make a police report. And you always have the option not to press charges if she gets help after you've done this. I wouldn't count on your husband to participate in bringing consequences to his own sister. Just call the police. Don't even let him know you've done so until it's done. And NBSP. This is a repost sub IAM, not oop. Now everyone is spamming my phone telling me to forgive her since she couldn't be a mom. What the hell type of person wants to be a flying monkey for a woman who shoved her boob down a baby's throat? As someone who speaks English as a second language, I completely sympathize with oop. But damn, was this hard to read? There are almost no full stops in these paragraphs. Edit okay. Just noticed this. My 27 brother's wife, 28, has never been able to conceive. And later, I talked to my husband about this whole situation and I told him that his sister needs help. I'm confused. Which SIL is oop talking about? Hasn't this exact situation happened before and been posted in BORU? It's really tragic when someone who wants to be a parent is unable to be. But you don't get to play parent with someone else's kid like they're a doll. Every paragraph is a single massive run-on sentence. Paragraph 3 is a particular marvel. This whole situation really reminds of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Poor oop. Her SIL is her husband's sister and her brother's wife. There's only her and her brother's parents. and her in-laws that could possibly help. And all four of them are saying she's overreacting. I hope her husband steps up and protects her and the baby. But it doesn't look good if he is telling her not to file a police report. I really hope things get better. Stolen fires. Minor correction. Pregnant women don't lactate. Their breasts get bigger, but the milk doesn't come in until after birth. Pregnant women leak milk. It was quite a shock when it first happened. I was not prepared. It started months before the birth with both of my kids. Me and my baby had decided to stay with my grandma. I lolled at that statement. Okay, I lost suspension of disbelief with, someone told me to watch the hand that rocks the cradle. And it was like my situation, and also I really enjoyed it, like. No. If you're already freaking out because someone tried to breastfeed your baby and then you watch a movie where someone breastfeeds a baby that isn't hers and goes on to try to murder the protagonist and steal her child and life, you're not going to be going, lol samesies. Great movie. Open mouth smile. If I had a nickel for every time I read a Reddit story about a parent discovering that a non-lactating female relative was putting their boob in their baby's mouth, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Newlyweds makes me want to break something. If SIL is really screwed up, she may have been taking lactation meds to try and bring on a milk supply. Some women just don't cope with not being able to be a mother. She needs help. So in the first post, SIL is her brother's wife. And in the second, SIL is her husband's sister. Wait a minute first. The woman was Oop's brother's wife. So for a bit of context, my 27 brother's wife, 28, but now, with the update, she's her husband's sister? So I talked to my husband about this whole situation and I told him that his sister needs help. I can't be a husband, so it's okay to stick my dick where I want to know what it's like, I guess. We all sympathize with folks who struggle with infertility. It sucks and they deserve compassion and support. Their emotions and struggle are not more important than other people. Your pain does not make it okay to be abusive. Your pain does not make it okay to violate boundaries. Lots of people in the world have very difficult struggles. Struggle and pain does not give you a free pass to do whatever you want. This woman is disgusting, abusive, selfish, delusional. Not at all what 99% of infertile people would ever even dream of doing. She needs mental health support. I absolutely correct in having this boundary. Is this an ad for the book? This sounds like sexual assault to me. OMG, that is bad. I kind of think that I wouldn't leave my child with them ever again. But I wouldn't involve the police either. Though she does need therapy. I understand how angry you must feel, so I would leave it to your husband to speak to them and insist out of kindness that she has to go to therapy. I need to follow this one.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.